Let's go! We're back! Huh?
Does anybody want to know the exact ingredients of how to make potassium nitrate?
Oh my god, dude.
Hello.
I'm gonna get served the papers after that intro.
Welcome to Shrimp Hours number 27?
27, yeah.
7.
Yeah. Hi,
27.
it's the original crew. Ed, I think, is
Dead.
Deceased after last week.
He was making like funny reactions in the Twitter group chat at
No,
like
I think
7
he's
a.m.
dead. Oh.
And so yeah, he's probably been asleep for like the last 12 hours.
He's dead.
If I were to guess, I'm assuming he doesn't even know what day it is. Like we've been watching football like 4 straight days. I'm convinced he doesn't know it's Tuesday.
Well, it is podcast night.
What if he just like comes in here like the last second, just
might.
like
I
halfway
wouldn't
through
put
the
it past him.
podcast, be like, "Hey yo!"
I wouldn't put it past him.
I don't even have my badooms turned on, so he'll just fucking sneak in here. I won't even know.
That'd be hot.
All right, we got a lot of fun stuff on the docker this week, and by that I mean
The docket.
the docket. What is it?
Docket, yeah.
What is a docket?
It's a thing the judge has, and he didn't have my name on it that one time, so I didn't have to pay that speeding ticket. Yo,
A calendar or list of cases for trial. Oh, we have some things in the docket. But let's dock our asses into slaps, crazy ass moments in history.
yeah. Shouts out to Malden City PD. If you get written up for a speeding ticket there, they might just fucking lose it. So
Just forget about you.
yeah, I got written up for a speeding ticket on Christmas fucking Day. I'm glad they lost that one. But anyway,
Real quick, did I tell you all the story about how Andrew got a ticket for jumping in the lake that one time?
What?
you're not allowed to jump in the lake.
Not where we were. Anyway, it was
Only in
like
Canada.
we thought they forgot about it, but then like a year later he got
Bro, if you
charged.
got your lake jumping license.
We have it's our little park where we like to drink, especially in like 2020 and 2021. We just go there like every Monday night and just get hammered. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump in the lake," and I was like, "Dude, don't do it," because it's like a pier. There's like a little dock thing around here where there's like actual boats that come in and out, and we're just like on the water. And he's like, "Oh, there's a ladder. I can jump in," and he fucking goes, and immediately, I don't know. Have I told this on the podcast?
No, I haven't heard this.
Oh my god, he jumps in the water and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe he did it. Immediately a police boat rounds the corner and I'm like, oh no. It was like, and
Boy,
just,
bro, that's the Queen's Lake. What you doing in there, bro?
so I like, and we knew this, there's a police station like literally like 2 blocks like with like the police boats and everything, and this buddy was probably just going back, and Andrew like climbs out of the water and I'm sitting here with our other buddy and he's like walking towards us and I see the police boat pull up and I'm like, oh no. And we couldn't even like really like hide our drinks. They didn't care about the drinks though, because this was like COVID law. And then the cops like come over here to Andrew and he goes and has like a talk for 10 minutes or whatever, comes back and he's like, yeah, they gave me a ticket. It's like $60 or whatever to for jumping in the lake or swimming where you're not supposed to.
It's only in Trudeau's Canada. They're fucking fascist.
But we're like, whatever, man. It was a good time. He said it was worth the story.
I can understand the temptation if anybody's ever been to Des Moines and been on that the river that goes right through there. Like I fully get it. So
it was like the middle of the summer. It wasn't that hot because it was like the evening, but we'd been going there like every week, and he's like, I just had to do it. Like I really wanted to do it. And literally a year went by and they never like put it in the system or whatever, so he never like got a notification. Trying to think of the timeline. I don't know if he'd moved out at that point, but he was literally like getting ready to leave Canada. And then they finally got him for it, and it was like $60 a year later, and he was like, oh, whatever.
You're gonna extradite his ass to fucking Canada. Go to the Trudeau's gulags. Oh, bruv, you jump in like I'll be 60 quid.
Yeah, pretty funny. expensive to swim there, but you can do it. All right, Slap, what's your crazy ass moment?
All right, jumping in the lake. All right, so usually in American law enforcement history, there are some pivotal moments that like shift all training one way or the other. It's usually when the cops get the short end of the stick. I had the pleasure of talking to a guy who was a cop in the 60s and 70s, and he taught me about like all the type of stuff that they would learn with revolver reloads and everything. One super interesting thing was after the Newhall shooting in 1970, they taught their guys to not reload the entire revolver, but just 2 rounds, so they could, fire off another 2 rounds as fast as possible, and then do another 2, and then yeah. This back in the 60s and 70s, man, that was like standard issue back in the day. But after the Newhall shooting, they were like, all right, we need like semi-automatic pistols that you can just take the magazine out, put it back in, boom, and then you're back in business. And in the 80s, there was another pivotal shift in law enforcement doctrine. Sometime in the mid 80s, the Tamiami Highway in South Florida was just crawling with undercover FBI agents. They were looking for 2 guys who were bank robbers, and they knew what car to look for. And they eventually find this car. They basically follow it. They kind of divert it off so it gets away from any sort of major populated areas, and then a minor car crash ensues when they try to get these guys, and then a major shootout happens. About 200 rounds went downrange, 6 guys died, and this is what became known as the 1986 Miami FBI shootout.
Holy shit.
That changed everything in law enforcement history. If you've ever been a cop, you've definitely heard about this at some point. So there was 2 guys, Platt and Maddox, and they were robbing banks up and down the Tamiami Highway in South Florida, Homestead, Miami, that area. And
Can you say the name of that highway again?
Tamiami.
The what?
Tamiami Highway.
Tamiami.
So there's our 2 dudes. These 2 dudes were, by the way, ex-special forces. Ex-special forces in the U.S. Army. I think they were Green Berets, Delta Force. I'm not entirely sure. But these guys were very, very serious. One guy was armed with a shotgun. Another guy was armed with a Ruger 14, which is basically like the AR-15 of the day. And he had 2 30-round magazines that had been duct taped together, so he could just take one and then flip it around and then pop it back in.
Oh,
so
like
he
Call of Duty.
Yeah, so he basically had 60 rounds to work with. So these guys were not fucking around, and they did these high-profile bank robberies in broad daylight. They obviously just didn't give a shit.
So it's like
And by the way, they were married and had kids at the time. Their wives had no idea what they were up to on the weekends. Yeah,
Or so they say.
Yeah, so eventually.
Oh, Bill, always goofing around.
He's such a kooky character. That's why I love him. He's so spontaneous. But eventually they ditch a car that they had used to do a robbery. And the FBI finds this car, and they find out the guy who owned that car had gone missing at some point. They relaunch a search for him, and they find him in the Everglades, dead.
Hanging out in the Everglades.
Yeah, so that was a popular spot to go like hunting and fishing and everything. And eventually another guy goes missing out there. He's eventually found, and he was still alive. They had stolen his car, and the FBI put 2 and 2 together, and they figured this is the same group of dudes. So now they know what car to look for. So in I think it was April 1986, they're like going up and down the highway looking for this car. Eventually they find it. They hadn't even changed the license plates on it. So they find this guy, Platt and Maddox. They kind of push him off and divert them away so they're off the main highway, and they actually do a really good job of putting them in a place where there's no innocent bystanders around, because no innocent bystanders got hit during this time. It was like 250 rounds went downrange. Nobody who wasn't FBI or the suspects got hit. And there's 2 FBI vehicles come in, pinch him down. One FBI agent goes to grab his pistol, which he had put in his cup holder, but after the initial hit, it goes flying out of the open window that he had, and he had no pistol. One guy, Platter Maddox reaches for their Ruger Mini 14, starts shooting. That guy makes a run for it, trying to look for his pistol. One guy brings out a shotgun, FBI guy brings out a shotgun. He gets immediately hit in the arm so bad he thought it was going to have to be amputated. So he's out of the fight.
Those totally look like FBI undercover cars. Exactly how I'd imagine them.
Yeah, Chevy Celebrities and town cars.
Yeah.
Big ass sedans, yeah.
Yeah, one guy pulls out a .357 Magnum revolver, fires 6 shots, pulls out his snub nose concealed.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a body in that. I don't know if I can show that.
I don't think you have to censor that in post.
Jesus Christ.
Another FBI agent pulls out his revolver, fires 6 shots, goes to his snub nose revolver, misses every shot. He eventually gets hit. He's not killed, but he's put out of action. There's one FBI agent who was basically like the badass of the group. He had won every shooting competition. One FBI agent said he had spent his entire life preparing for that moment. But that guy had expended 50 rounds and hadn't hit anything and eventually died. And they found out later he had glasses, and after the initial car crash, his glasses had fallen off. And he had not invested 50 cents into a nerd strap to keep him on, and he couldn't see what he was shooting at.
Please tell me that's the reason why you've always worn the goofy glasses strap.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm prepared. In case of a car crash, I want to know what's going on.
We finally made it to the bottom of it.
You joke? I was rear-ended by a drunk back in 2013, and my glasses got knocked clean off, and I couldn't see anything for a while. I had to scramble to find them, and the dude took off, and I had to.
You didn't know his license plate because you didn't have your glasses.
No. I had a 5-second window between finding them and putting them on and getting the plate. I just got it.
Damn.
Bastards. But yeah, that happens when you get rear-ended. Your glasses go flying.
The one night I'm not rocking mine. I shot the slap. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but there was one FBI agent who got off what was called the shot heard round the world. All these FBI guys were either named or armed with .357 Magnum revolvers or 9mm pistols. Even though they knew these guys had high-powered semi-automatic rifles and shotguns and everything, there were a couple of FBI agents that did have MP5 submachine guns, but they weren't in the fight. They were like over in other areas and everything. It was like a disastrous, like just lack of preparedness on their part. But one guy armed with a 9mm pistol gets this shot off that goes through the guy's got the Ruger Mini 14.
What is it?
Let's see if I can get over here real quick. Oh. He gets shot through the arm, doesn't hit a bone, goes through his rib cage, goes through the lung, nicks his aorta, stops just short of the heart, and was given what was called a non-survivable wound. If he had been shot on an operating table, he still would have died. But he still was in the fight for 2 minutes before he eventually died of blood loss. During that time, he killed 4 FBI agents. So again, these guys were like special forces. They were not fucking around. And the FBI rolled in there with 12-shot automatic pistols and revolvers. Eventually, after all this carnage is done, that guy who had the shotgun, the FBI agent who had the shotgun, he comes back into the fight. He's like one-handed, and he basically improvises this drill where he does a one-handed pump of the shotgun, brings it up, mounts it on the hood of the car he was on, fires, goes back down, pumps it, and then comes back up, gets 2 clean shots to the feet of the Ruger Mini 14 suspect, puts him down. The other guy and the other suspect who was armed with a shotgun really only got 2 shots off, didn't hit anything, and he spent his entire ordeal trying to look for a getaway vehicle. He had also been shot in the chest at one point. The shotgun FBI agent puts him down too, and that is the end of the 1986 FBI Miami shootout.
Were you reading anything, or is that all from memory?
It's all from memory, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it's like he was there.
If you want to know more about like the details of this and like the ranges they were shooting at, Paul Harrell on YouTube has an excellent video where he goes and like recreates the distances they were shooting at with like the actual guns that they were using. And at one point, he just says, like, look, at the distances they were shooting, they should have hit these guys multiple times. But, a heat of the moment, you're in a gunfight. The first thing that goes is your, the calm nerves and all this other stuff. And, guys were shooting basically across a living room and couldn't hit what they were shooting at. The Ruger Mini 14 suspects fired something like 100 rounds himself and only hit 5 FBI agents, I think. At a distance of like maybe 20 feet at most.
To bring it full circle, what were the lessons learned from
well,
this?
if you've ever noticed what police carry back in the 80s, they were carrying 9mm. Nowadays they carry 9mm again, but during the 90s and 2000s they were carrying 40 caliber Smith & Wesson cartridges. These 40 calibers were brought in because they thought the 9mm didn't have enough oomph in them because of that shot heard around the world where it just stopped short of the dude's heart and didn't kill him immediately. So the FBI figured, well, we got to go to bigger cartridges. So everybody started bringing in these 40 caliber, pistols and everything. But these 40 caliber pistols were basically just 9mm pistols that were scaled up and given these bigger, higher pressure rounds. But they figured out after about 5,000 rounds, these pistols started to fail because they just weren't meant to deal with those high pressure rounds. So everybody got rid of them. And then they realized, like, oh shit, after about 5,000 rounds, these pistols like either break or they're completely useless. So let's just go back to 9mm because now they have better 9mm. They have better 9mm rounds now that penetrate farther and do more damage and all of that. They have modern hollow point ammunition. So yeah, the FBI and most local police departments have switched back to 9mm because they don't have the reliability issues anymore.
Sure. All right.
As fascinating as that was, can I make a petition to have future crazy moments in history segments involve a little less mass death by gunfire?
Just detailed descriptions of
next week's.
Maybe something along the lines of like that dude that jumped out of that balloon from space, or like, I don't know, any number of evil Knievel.
Can I spoil next week? Because it involves more death, but it's not as bad, kind of. The 1919 Boston molasses flood.
All right, we'll talk about it next week. That sounds better than just a detailed description of a shootout.
I heard flood 1919.
I might be ordering
Mud
pizzas
flood.
while this segment's going on from now on.
Not that it matters, because this podcast literally makes me like 80 cents each week, but there's no way we're not getting limited ads on this thing after Google listens to everything you just said.
Hey, this is an important moment in law enforcement history.
Or not to mention the pictures you fucking showed.
Yeah. Yeah,
you can censor those with an emoji in post. It's fine.
We'll figure it out.
Are you gonna edit it?
Sure. We're going to Drip or Drown. Let's talk about NASCAR.
You could drown in a molasses flood in Boston in 1919.
Hey, we'll talk about that next week. That's at least funny.
There's the segue. There we go. I was like, how do you go from mass death to like Drip or Drown?
All right. We don't have an intro for this. I don't have a whole lot to talk about this week. I just want to hit the basic points that that stuff that came out basically after the episode came out last week. Chase Elliott, new car, fucking banger. This might be the best Chase Elliott primary.
No.
What's different about it?
Damn. Hold on, let me get a picture of last year's car. Rusty, you don't like this?
I'm stupid.
I'm not a fan of most next gen paint.
You see, I lack object permanence, so you gotta show me like last year's.
Hold on.
I think it's an upgrade, but like,
It's
why are two
upgrade.
spokes in each wheel yellow and the rest are not?
That's just Lefty's renders. All right. Here's his last year's car.
Actually, I might take that back. I might like this better.
Are you for real?
Yeah, when you tie in the roof, everything about it. Yeah, I mean, that's not. I'm not hating. I'm just saying I don't like next gen paint schemes.
I greatly prefer this year's one. Last year's was so messy. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This yellow line just gets randomly thin. There's just
Yeah, the yellow
That in there
chevrons
is
coming into
brutal,
the number
yeah.
kind of fuck it up.
What's with the name rail being cut in half though on the new one though? I always hate
Well,
that.
this isn't all that good either, where it just
Every
has a
Hendrick
random little
car-
dinky thing in it.
Hendrick cars have that little rail thing.
Yeah, look at that. Where it's just
What are you gonna
cut.
do? Like
Yeah,
make
it's
that
better.
blue up there? It's so much cleaner. It's nicer. It's very cute. I'm a fan. Yeah.
I mean, look, those renders are 10 out of 10. That's sexy.
I even like the little slice here too. It's cute. All right, next
Looks like a
car.
real car.
Bill Byron. So I'm
They
the
finally
way
fixed it.
Exalta's been marketing this. It sounds like this is gonna be his primary car. Like Exalta wants to sell whatever the hell their Raptor brand is.
Yeah, it's like a
Is it
truck
the-
bed liner.
Is it their color of the year or something? Like, what are we doing here?
No, this is just the Raptor logo. Remember we talked about the last one looked like ass when it was just plain black and
Oh, and then the one at Dover where
Couldn't
he like
read
wrecked or
anything.
whatever had like the white hood and it looked infinitely better.
My
Yeah.
beef with
I'll
it.
be right back.
My beef with it is the neon yellow didn't look neon yellow in person like
It
you would
still
expect
won't.
it. Yeah,
It's
that's my
still-
It's like
that's my
green.
beef. Yeah, like you would like. There's a couple
Yeah.
pictures that have been edited to make it pop, but in person it doesn't pop, which drives me crazy because there's nothing better than an Exalta car, Exalta colors, or a Hendrick car with neon yellow that pops.
Yeah, the classic like Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon neon
Yeah.
yellow
Yes.
numbers. Yeah.
the hood logo last year was also like pretty useless. Here's last year's car.
Yeah, that's how it looks in person, essentially.
And they slid the hood logo way up here and just kind of had this like weird mask thing going on. And then this is the new one. But it's very lefty, by the way, and all the like spikes with the colors inside each other.
I love
Caleb,
I love the social videos he made where he like highlighted the neon accents and made them kind
Yeah.
of glow and pop. Like Lefty like knocked this thing out the park with social.
Caleb has ruined this car though. Because
Wait,
he
is it the
pointed out
3G?
that it's
Dude, the 3G was one of the best cars of all time. For
Holy
like,
shit.
I love that car.
Dude, holy
dude,
shit.
move this
that's
guy
one
out
of my
here.
favorite paint schemes of last
Actually,
year.
it's not exact, but yeah, that bottom part.
It is very damn similar.
Yeah,
Especially
it's just,
the bottom
smushed
like
a little bit
spike.
in different areas.
No, okay. To be fair, almost every next gen car has a similar layout and design. So I'm not.
It is true.
I'm,
It is true.
it's just part of the game.
But when you put these two beside each other, the 3G car is better.
Potter's nightmare.
So
I'm a little bit biased towards 3G, but
all right. Well, Reddick won't be sponsored by these guys 'cause I think they're sticking with Kyle Busch. But they
yeah, I
haven't
think so. Yeah.
shown what that car looks like. That's going to be interesting. All right, last one I got for Dripper Drown. Jimmy Johnson 84. Petty GMS has rebranded, instead of calling it like Petty Johnson or whatever, they call it Legacy Motor Club, which sounds like a bunch of old men driving Dodge Challengers and stuff every Saturday. But car looks sick.
Hey,
Car
PT,
looks
I need
really good.
I need a
Does look
prediction
good.
from you. Every render I've seen that dark blue has like kind
Looks
of this
chrome.
candy chrome.
Yeah.
How is this going to translate to like the real life wrap? Like, what is this?
I don't know the rules anymore because they changed. You can now put reflective numbers on them. I don't know
What about a reflective
Like-
body?
exactly. It's not paint. We know that. But they would have to basically wrap the car with this, sort of chromey blue, and then stick the rest of the decals on top. But if they're gonna run all these renders like this, and then show
Dude.
up with a flat car, everyone's gonna get upset.
That's what I'm curious because that deep blue is sexy.
It's nice, very nice. I
Yeah, the
honestly, I
metallic deep
also
blue.
the matte black,
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
like greenhouse section.
Dude,
Gorgeous.
this thing's
I
specced
love
out.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
so
think-
here's another.
I think they're gonna run these little gold boxes on all
Yep.
the legacy cars, which looks sick. I love that. I'm excited.
The other branding thing I wanted to point out, you look at the JJ logo on the rail.
Oh,
They got the
yeah.
gold, but also at the bottom of the side skirt, they got that gold stripe. But then the number, the drop shadow on the number, like Petty historically kind of have like a consistent branding there. So I'm wondering if like the 43 and the 42 are going to kind of have that gold drop shadow when it doesn't match the sponsor or the branding in general. So I feel like that's something to keep an eye on for like paint scheme nerds is the legacy
Oh yeah,
gold
yeah, that's a
branding.
good point. I would imagine we'll see these like side skirt and
Yep.
These little lines around the bottom of all the cars. I would love the box.
Yep.
If they did black pillars on everything, I feel like that could kind of work if they design around it, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's all I got for Drip or Drown. But I'm excited. There's probably going to be
Kyle Busch's new like blue and orange car.
Yeah, I can show you that. There's probably going to be more announcements like literally between when we record this and when it goes out, because I feel like everyone kind of loves announcing stuff on Wednesdays.
It's like 5 a day the last like week. Like it's crazy.
Kyle Busch has I don't know what this is. Some app, some investment app. I don't know. Net spend. I gotta say, I know we didn't talk about this when it first came out. That number 8, not a fan. It's pretty gross.
It's not growing on me at all. I feel like
it belongs on a late model. Like it's a cool like, not like retro, but this number screams like mid 2000s like spiky car, like a.
Looks like
a late model design, like a dirt late model.
NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup stock number.
And then the rest of the car is like
there's a 3Chi like
clean and
logo.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All the next gen designs have been like really clean, and that number is everything but clean. I'm not a huge fan of this.
I agree. I do enjoy that it's a big ass number, but the number's kind of.
I like the huge logo on the side of this thing. I like the little box that it's in.
Yes.
But then the rest of the shapes are just kind of shapes.
Well, that's to be expected. It's an next gen car. I like it. I mean,
I don't know. It's okay. And the hood is just white, by the way, and just has the logo on it up there.
That could be all right.
It's certainly visible.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Anything with blue and orange, I'm automatically a fan of.
It's moist.
It is kind of a petty blue.
It is petty blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hating on this. I'm just saying it's chalking up to next gen.
Yeah. Okay. Next segment.
Animals at the track.
I got to see lots of those this weekend.
Did you? So you were 2 weeks in fucking Vado Speedway.
New Mexico. There are lots of cattle farms down there. Get to smell lots of manure.
How were the racetrack animals though?
It's the only thing in New Mexico besides desert.
I got to pretty much stay away from all the racetrack animals. As in my little turn 1 lift. And it was like in its own gated area that only I had access to.
Yeah, you made your own little nest up there.
Oh yeah. My nest, yeah, we talked
You're
about
home
it last
for 2
time.
weeks.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cold up there at nighttime. I always remember being told as a kid, I don't know why, like what the environment or the weather system down there happens that causes it, but yeah, just as warm as it can be this time of year during the daytime, it just gets cold as shit once the sun drops. Like it was like 30-40 degrees down there, so yeah, it was chilly, especially when you're up 20-30 feet up in the air hitting.
Yeah, there's like no moisture to like keep the temperature. Once the sun gets like out of view, it just becomes cold as shit.
Yeah, something like that. That final day I was there this past Sunday, a few days ago, it was windy as shit. Like and Flow Racing's credit, Michael Rigsby, my pretty much my direct boss. His biggest issue or statement of emphasis he was making was, hey, like, do not go up in that lift if you're not comfortable. Like, we are not forcing you. Dude, like, if you do want to go up there, just only go as high as you are absolutely comfortable. So yeah, I stayed pretty low for the first few hours, and then the wind died down. I was back to my normal height.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
was it like bucking in the wind, or is he just talking about temperature? Like what are we talking here?
Just a few times, it swayed a little bit, but nothing crazy. I mean, nothing that wouldn't otherwise happen for me just walking around a little bit and not like trying to like keep it as steady as possible. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not too many animals to talk about because I literally had a fence surrounding me from the animals. There was this.
You were in
People
your
New
own little
Mexico are
pen.
usually pretty chill.
Yeah.
There was this lady who would like walk her dogs around this like the lawn area every day, like next to like where the lift was, and there was a fence running them. And on that final day, like I was just getting a weird vibe from the dogs because they kept staring at me and they were like vouch me, you guys know what I mean, like when you get that energy from a dog when it just like wants to like attack something or like it's like in that mood and
Just eyeing you from afar.
and
Oh,
I
you
think
ain't
what
got to tell me. I know all
I think what triggered it is when I started coming down on the lift that final night, like she was out there walking them around and one of them perked up like from the beeping or something and just started and from there on out it was just like kind of like pacing the fence like looking at me and she just had them unleashed and I'm like, yo lady, get your fucking dogs like so I can go out back through that fence and start packing up. I'm not going to go out there and have your unleashed dog like run up and bite me because you think it's like I'm a threat to you or something. It's I don't know, I get a bad vibe from unleashed dogs. I don't care if it's a fucking chihuahua.
That's fair.
It was.
Dude,
I mean,
there are so many people in South Carolina that do that shit. They'll have like their dog on a leash walking them, and then they'll like unleash them, and like think they're gonna like be all like chill or whatever, and then they see a squirrel and they just take off.
Yeah, or another
like,
dog.
like, well, you have the leash in your hand. Like, you just put the dog on the leash, dude. You save yourself so much like trouble.
it was two of those like they weren't golden retrievers, but they're like the like with like the reddish fur almost. Like the brownish reddish fur. They're decent sized dogs. I mean, not to where like they could kill me or anything with it. If they wanted to fuck me up and bite me a lot, they could. And they're certainly big enough to where like if this tiny frail old lady tried to hold them back, like she probably couldn't.
Yeah, that's the most terrifying thing when you're on road, when you see like either a very small little kid or an old person like trying to hold back like 100-pound pit bull. Like, no, Fido, don't do it.
I will say, I now remembered. Speaking of unleashed dogs, on my way back, I couldn't remember if it was like upper New Mexico or like into the little Texas, Oklahoma area that I went through. But I saw distinct two just loose dogs just on the side of the road, just wandering like right next to the fucking like 65-mile-an-hour highway.
Jesus.
And I didn't know if they were like someone's loose dogs, like just wandering around their like big property, or if they were just fucking strays.
Feral dogs.
The first one was just
Mexico.
First one was just a straight up like muscular pit bull, just loose on the prowl.
Damn.
And the second one was a fucking Rottweiler. And yeah, those I would be terrified of. Like,
yeah, understandable.
Get like up on like jump up on my car and like try to grab something to. Dude, I don't know if this is morbid of me to think of, but I've like gone through a game plan in my head many times of what I would do if I ever got attacked by.
I was
like,
gonna ask the same question. Like, is there any thoughts that run through your?
Yes, yeah, exactly. I know exactly what I would do. Whatever, like whether it be my leg, my elbow, my arm, whatever starts biting and thrashing, I would just let it grab it. But I would let that part go loose, and then I would jump on top like of the back of the thing with all my body weight, and basically just collapse, like limp onto it, and then start trying to choke the thing until it let go of me.
You laugh, but that's a good strategy. I've seen,
dude.
I've seen a video on Reddit.
We talked about this. Like, there's a game plan. There's a game plan. Like, you take your non-dominant arm, you give the dog your non-dominant arm, and then you pull out your pocket knife and
or that, I guess.
So it clamps onto your arm, you raise it up, and then damn, got him.
Yeah, I don't care. If that thing starts biting my arm and thrashing, I don't care how aggressive it is. I mean, a big dog like that weighs 100 pounds max. I weigh 200. I have a double weight advantage on the thing. Sure, take my arm, fuck it up a little bit. I'll lay on you and start choking you out until you let go of my fucking arm.
No, it works.
And or start gouging its eyes out.
I saw a video on Reddit of
to quote Dwight Schrute, the eyes are the groin of the head. Right, sorry,
I saw a video on Reddit of I think it was in like Brazil or something, family just walking around, and this pit bull runs loose off of some terrible owner who wasn't doing a good job, grabs this kid, and everyone's just like doesn't know what to do, and they're trying to like kick the dog, and it's not making a difference. And this dude out of nowhere just comes. He was just walking along, sees it happening, runs up, immediate chokehold on the dog, lets go of the kid, and it's done, and just like dissolves the situation instantly. It's crazy.
Dude, I would choke slam that thing off the fucking top rope, just fucking
This fucking suplex.
fucking a tombstone.
The dogs are the animals. All right,
not a sleeper holder on the top.
Make it tap.
No, night, doggy, night.
You're going to sleep.
This is like when you first told Rusty about
Cody
dogs jumping through windows.
The UFC heavyweight champion.
is heavyweight champion of the world. Who would win, coughing baby Pitbull or Cody Hickman?
Oh. Dude, loose dogs like scare me.
Loose dogs.
No, that's fair.
Dude, if your
Leash your
dog's just
damn
like
dogs.
running wild across the fucking neighborhood, like, dude, I can't tell you how many like little shitty terriers I've had to dodge, like people like in the truck, like driving down the road, and people just have like their little terrier just like running around because they don't think it's a threat or anything, but it's like pissed off at the truck because it makes too much noise or whatever. The moment you turn the engine off, nicest dog you've ever met. Nice little animal. As soon as you turn the engine back on, starts barking its head off, screaming at you, starts diving for the front tires. I'm like, dude, I don't want to kill you. You're a nice dog. You're just pissed off at cars.
Yeah, it was
like,
the engine with the
come on, dude. Like, somebody get this dog. I'm like honking the horn. And then I like turn the engine off, like get the dog, and I'm like looking at its collar, like, what address do you belong to? Like, pick the dog up, like take it over there. Like, ma'am, can you hold this dog? Keep him inside until I drive by. He's been trying to like kill himself.
Leash your fucking dogs for real. I've seen videos.
I remember
of,
there was a dog. There was a dog I was delivering to. His name was Jasper. He had it on his little collar. Jasper. He's this cute little terrier, nice as hell. And as soon as I started up the engine, he would like barking his head off, so like run straight towards the front tire. I'm like, dog, you cannot do this. Come here. Where do you live at? I see his little tag and everything. I'm like, all right, let me just hold you and put you in the back, and I'll like drive to your owner's address, which is like a block away. Drive over there, like knock on the door, like, hey, I got Jasper here. Can you take Jasper so he doesn't kill himself today?
Happy ending.
It was such a cold day too. It was like 28 degrees, and Jasper's just out there running the fuck around, and nobody knows that he's fucking gone except
Poor
me.
thing.
He was happy as fuck though, just chasing cars, trying to fucking kill himself, diving after front tires. But
dude,
I saved his ass though.
One last memory that fucking came to me, that me and my buddy were wandering around in high school, just around the neighborhood, just doing the usual walking and chilling. A neighbor's dog, like maybe 4 blocks away from where we lived, just came running out and literally did the scene from Tommy Boy where it jumped at us midair and got caught by its own leash. Like,
oh shit!
When it was like a few feet from us. Like,
Oh fuck!
I still think every now and then, like, what would have happened if that like chain broke, like in the movie, or if that thing just wasn't leashed, because that thing just came at us with a fucking like vengeance.
Ugh.
Oh, there was one driver that had a fucking dog like run at him, but it was on a fucking chain, and it fucking snapped his neck. He died. The dog died. It fucking ran. It lunged, and it went on the chain, and it went like this, and it just snapped, and it just died right there on the scene. And he had to go tell the fucking owner what had happened.
Oh my god.
And he was like fucked up from that. Like I was like, hey Ty, what's going on? Like I saw him, like we were got back to the building at the same time. He's like, man, I killed a dog today, dude. I was like, what happened? You run over it? He's like, no, dude, I was just like making a delivery, and he ran at me, and he's like, I was on the chain. He just snapped his own neck, and he died.
Holy shit.
I've never heard.
It was only the dude like Ty. It was only his dude's second week on road.
Welcome to the job.
Yeah, I was like, welcome to the job, Ty. you already got a body count.
Dogs will kill themselves trying
That's
to.
like the video of that ostrich. Y'all see that one?
No.
No,
It was making the rounds many months ago. It was like some ostrich in like a barn or something that got his head stuck in like a railing, and he was like pulling to like get his head out and just popped it off.
Oh,
popped his own head off?
Yeah.
What?
Could that be a crazy videos thing?
Yeah, that was absolutely a crazy fucking video.
I mean,
is this on crazy ass videos?
Or is that too fucked up?
No, I'm
podcast?
not. I described it well enough, I think.
Okay.
Cody, I gotta ask you something.
Yes.
I gotta ask you about your Spangles experience.
Can we sell it for the people? Can we sell it for the people?
We learned about Spangles
to go. Some Captain Morgan and cherry Pepsi.
So you say that. Give me a minute here. I'm gonna open up Google Maps because we were looking around. I forget what we're doing. We're digging around Google Maps around Kansas.
By the way,
we found this place called Spangles.
According to CMR, those cocktails that you just saw on that menu, they also serve at the drive-through.
So, what the fuck? Okay.
With the extra shots you can get for 99 cents each.
I'm gonna go to the Emporia, Kansas. Spangles. So it's this restaurant chain exclusive to Kansas.
Hey, I had a breakfast sandwich there this morning.
And it's like this, like diner, like 50s diner style place. Except you can just get massive foam cups of mixed drinks. This is a 99-cent margarita made with tequila, just a big ass cup. You just get that with your meal.
Dude, I think they
$1?
I think those are
6 a.m.
Those are the to-go cups. We dined in. We got fucking legit glass mugs. We got glass fucking mugs.
There it is.
Oh,
is that just a fat ass margarita right there?
Is that a donut for a bun?
No, it's just
That's a bagel.
It's a buttered bagel. It just it's got like.
I was about to say, if that's a glazed donut, that's like based.
So you're telling me I can roll up at 6:30 in the morning and just get a big ass mixed drink?
You can get a quadruple for $3.99.
Oh my fucking god!
$1 per shot? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
This is better than most bars.
That's what I'm saying. And they got like 6 or 7 different actual cocktails. It's not just one. They got the Screwdriver, Bloody Mary, Jack and Coke, Margarita. They got lots.
Lap on location. We're going to Spangles.
They're
exclusive. A $2.99 grande.
Oh my god.
They're exclusive to Kansas. The Red Bull and vodka. Yeah.
Oh, they're more expensive.
This is going on Slap Eats, if not this year, then the next.
Yeah, they sell donuts and shit too. They have salads. They have
Dude, we gotta go to Spangles.
Oh, mini donuts? Oh my god.
They have a whole dessert menu. They have wings. They got pita sandwiches.
Dude, look at the stack on that burger back there. Holy shit, that is a tower.
Dude, they have literally everything you could think of.
Are these the guys who have the beast? Did I get that correct?
Which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
the beast.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how many patties is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Oh my
6
god.
patties with 6 slices of cheese. $21.99.
What's the value pack for $24.99?
That's probably
maybe
the
get 2
combo meal.
of them.
That's probably just the combo meal.
Fries to go with it.
We have to go to Spangles and we have to eat the beast.
All right, we've been to Waffle House. Now it's time for Spangles.
The only problem is we have to go to Kansas to get there.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue.
Just make sure you don't speed there.
Yeah. Shout out to fucking Spangles. I gotta go one day. That's so funny that they just sell a big ass cup of
Liquor.
You want six patties on your fucking burger and a fucking quadruple shot margarita for $4.
Dude, you're gonna be. They literally have them in the drive-through. And
That's incredible.
I didn't know that was legal. Just hey, give me fucking
Sounds like an open container violation.
yeah, give me 12 drinks worth of liquor drinks for $12. You're here. I'm gonna go drive home with these. Thank you very much.
Well, they got drive-through liquor stores out east, man. It's
No,
it's
but this is
bizarre.
like in the cup, like
That's like, hey, I'm gonna
They put a fucking straw in it and you're good to go.
Take this case of
Yeah.
beer and put it in my like back seat. This is like, here's a cup with some
allegedly.
already mixed cocktail in it with ice.
Here's a straw too for your
Yeah.
convenience.
Here's 3 straws so you can get 3 different cocktails, put them in the little beverage holder, and just make a little octopus straw and just sip all 3 at once.
We need Spangles everywhere. That's incredible.
Yeah.
All right. That
Hashtag
was
get
Animal
Spangles to
Planet.
all states.
I think it's the second week that most of the animals have been actual animals.
Shout out to Loose Dogs.
Yeah.
Feral dogs
What's it so
in
funny?
New
Right?
Mexico.
Loose Dogs.
I think I know the title of this show. All right. Media check-in. Let's check in with some media. Can I go first? This
Yes.
week? I finished Atlanta last night.
Mm.
The-
What season
the-
are we on? What? How far
the-
deep are we?
4 seasons. It's over. Like that's it. They ended the show.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I was on here a few weeks ago, halfway through season 4, and I was like, I don't know, it's getting kind of weird.
Yep.
Because it had gotten like progressively weirder. The second half of season 4 is so fucking good. It is like an actual masterpiece. The way they tie the entire show together, and they it's got like, I haven't actually watched Inception, but it has like an Inception ending where it gives you this moment where you rethink the entire show.
Mm.
Like 4 seasons that, they started this in like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
They made 2 seasons, took a break for a while, and then dropped 3 and 4 on us this year. And it's phenomenal.
So did they write 4 with the intent knowing this was the final season, or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
this was like the experience wrapped up, and it's great. And I want to talk to people about it, but none of my friends have watched it, despite my best efforts.
I live 2 hours from Atlanta. I need to watch that at some point.
Oh, it's good. It's so good. And like, I don't know. I don't want to go too
While
crazy.
you guys
about
are
it,
doing
but-
this, I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Well, I'm ending
my-
it, Slap.
Well, keep selling it. Keep selling the show.
Keep selling it. Keep selling until I
Keep
come
selling.
back. Come on, man. I gotta do.
All right. They do a good job of like only showing things that like really matter, like every moment matters, and you start with the characters like dealing with like things that seem big, but in the end they like progress so far. I don't know. I can't describe without giving it all away, but God, what a good fucking
the
show.
Atlanta Endgame, like just all the multiverse came together.
Like, kind of, yeah. I don't know. It was just a good experience. It was a really good experience.
Okay.
And I recommend literally everyone watch it.
Yeah, everybody I've known that's watched that show says, yeah, you got to watch it. Highly recommended. So,
Yeah, fucking great. Have you watched the other show that I recommended you watch, Rusty?
unfortunately, no. I've been playing video games as usual.
What have you been playing?
I mean, you were witness to one of the most frustrating, idiotic experiences of probably your life.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Like, I'm probably the dumbest video game player on the planet,
That's why I
especially when
want
it
to see you
comes to
stream.
Yeah, so this is okay. Yeah, so that was the plan. I was gonna stream me trying to solve a puzzle in Breath of the Wild with the divine beast, and I decided to just do it like locally in the Discord for DT, and it was like the very first one like you're supposed to encounter naturally, and I'm just staring at this thing like having a stroke. And even when I got to like the actual boss fight, I forgot how to get back to the boss fight. Like I'm literally like the worst. I don't even.
My favorite thing, like, okay, just to describe real quick, you got to like run around the thing and like find all the buttons to push. My favorite part is when you push like 4 of the 5, and then died, and then you're like, oh, how do I get back there? You just had forgotten how you'd gotten to that place. And it's not like a big like maze or anything where you're going through rooms. You were just like, how did I get there? I was like, I watched you do it.
I'm telling you, I'm probably the dumbest.
The ball. I was just watching the door open and close on your stream on your screen. You're like, what's happening? I don't see what's going on.
DT's like, hey, Rusty, like, just what is happening and
I
what is
like,
changing
leave
on
your
screen?
camera there and just look.
And my camera's just static, and I'm like having a stroke. Like, I have no idea. And the thing cycled around like 2-3 times, and I'm like, okay, all right, I think I got it out. Like, it was so stupid. Like, so if I stream this, it would have taken probably 6 to 8 like cycles. Like, I'm just an idiot. So we're playing Breath of the Wild. Hopefully I can finish it this time before my Wii U dies again.
Yeah. Doing a lot of iRacing this weekend.
Oh, prepping
this
for
will
what?
be the last podcast before the 24 hours of Daytona for the 5th year in a row. DriveThrough Racing Ventures back at it again. We have basically the same crew as last year, but one driver swapped out, and we have a new driver coming in, which has not been announced yet, but will soon. Probably Thursday. We're driving the same car. We have a better setup, and we're gonna practice more, and we're gonna do good.
Make sure you tune in the stream. They're gonna have some fun content in between shifts, as DT always does.
So yeah, I'm not gonna like specifically plan anything, but it's gonna be like last year's. So it'll be all on my twitch.tv/DriveThroughLive if you're not there. And we'll have like some Jackbox stuff with the chat late in the night. We'll play other games. I'll probably fire up that stupid MotorStorm game like late at night.
What's the date of that?
This Saturday, 8 a.m. all the way until Sunday at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I guess, whenever it finishes.
I'll try to tune in.
And we'll have a bunch of friends come in and out. I don't know what to put on the car yet, I'll be honest. Ed said, like, literally don't put me on the car because everyone who watches you already knows who I am, which is entirely fair. But I literally don't know what to do because the Diabolical Master Plan isn't quite ready.
The podcast.
The hub.
Like,
Shrimp hub.
yeah, but that's not ready. There's nothing there. Like, why would I put that on a car and like advertise it if there's no content?
Here, you bitch. I'm on an upswing right now.
Yeah, it's a teaser.
What? Just run a slap shoes car again?
Yeah, I'll give you like $5 and a pop tart.
What if you came to CTMP instead of going to your dumb little Oswego track?
Hotel's already booked.
Sounds like it's gonna cost you more than $5.
$10 and a can of Vienna sausages.
I was gonna say, can we get a Vienna sausage
offer
slap collab on the car?
Vienna,
just like
Vienna
Armor
sausage,
Foods.
Vienna sausage car, please.
Vienna
Yes.
slapsage.
Just for you, the entire car.
Just
Sausages.
tons of meat.
Tons of meat.
Just a meat car.
Meat car.
Spam Vienna sausage.
It's just
We'll
beef
work on it.
jerky
We'll
and
figure it out.
Slim Jims and
I don't know about all that yet. I
Spam.
usually like looking somewhat professional.
That is professional, dude. That's all processed food, man.
Just
It's
have a whole meat
corporate
car.
sponsors.
Just a meat car. Just tons of meat.
The meat
Tons
car.
of meat.
Yeah, that's coming up this weekend. That'll be a big thing. I'm gonna basically like after core, all of my time will be dedicated to that. Friday night I'm gonna do like a little test stream as usual. Make sure my PC doesn't explode, and then Saturday we'll race the whole thing. I'll probably start and finish as usual. Yeah,
I bet you will.
should be a good time. We're like specifically choosing the least popular class so that it puts us with like better cars in the other classes, and hopefully we don't get run the fuck over. But
And if it's your first time tuning into a 24 with DT, make sure you watch his first stint when he starts the race. It's the best content you'll see all day.
Gonna
I'm
be
gonna
before and
poo myself.
gonna be before and after screen grab of what the shirt
Oh.
looks like.
It is also the first ever iRacing endurance event with new damage model.
What?
So all of the cars in the event have the new damage model, which means basically like if you hit something lightly, you're out for like 5 minutes if you want to replace it.
So if you touch a tire barrier, you're literally DQ'd.
No, but if you hit something hard, then it's like 20 minutes, but your car is like completely fixed. So it's kind of weird. It like penalizes light contact more, but like big crashes are not as bad unless you break the engine.
I'm still worried about the tire barriers, man. Like,
yeah, they'll grab you.
So if you lock it up and you're gonna crash, just go into it and make it harder, pretty much.
We also last year we raced with the stupid NASCAR curb on the backstretch chicane where they just put a fat turtle on one of the curbs for no reason and it killed people. And now they got rid of that in real life and in the game.
Oh. Okay.
And also, I know Keenan's going for the solo thing because he always does the solo thing, but he has a chance to beat his own record for like the most laps completed. Because the new cars are faster, so it's going to be interesting to watch as well.
Yeah, shout out to Keenan.
And you said Fly Guy's running it?
Yeah, Fly Guy's running with 3 other dudes. They got a 4-man team.
That's gonna be
I think it's gonna be one of the best streams in iRacing period for that event. So make sure you guys tune in to Fly Guy.
Yeah, Justin Champagne and there's 2 other guys who I don't recall who they are, but yeah, that should be. I'm gonna watch that.
Shout out to Fly Guy. I hope he streams the whole thing. That'll be funny.
Dude, pure gold.
All right. Any other media? Slap? Have you partaken? Cody, I know you've been gone.
The new Nier Automata anime is out, but I haven't watched it. I think me and Rusty need to watch that together.
I think you do.
For
the set a date night.
The full 2B experience.
Rusty's just gonna nod.
Rusty's just like, yeah.
I played any other games this week? Oh, I did a test last night of one of Trace's board games. He's been like he did kind of like that NASCAR one on the side, but he's been mainly focusing on developing this like pirate ship board game. And he got it to like a pretty good state in Tabletop Simulator where I could like test it out, and we had 4 of us plus he was like looking over everyone. Fucking banger. It was a good time. I'm excited. He's gonna keep on developing it. It's like a, you know, big picture thing, but damn fun. I had a good time with that.
Shout out to Trace.
And with that,
while we're talking about media, can we talk about my newest video? I think we had like some Reddit nerds to talk about.
Are you trying to talk shit about people who don't like your video?
No, we were talking about it before, but you know, I thought it might be good content, but no.
Slap is upset. The people on Reddit don't like his new video.
No, it's just like they're being stupid, man. They're being stupid.
So, to be fair, you did title it, "Is NASCAR heading for a split?"
Yeah, but I answered that question in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. Slap's gone downhill. He fell off.
It is true, though. It is the first time you've made a video that isn't like, here's this shit that happened. It's like the first like speculative Slap video.
Nah, there's gotta be more than that.
I'm looking right now.
YouTuber.
I don't think you've ever had any speculation.
Speculation.
Well, he's done like NASCAR stadiums, like events. He's done.
Yeah, but that's like, here's some cool
he was
ideas.
in the tent like a week ago. What do you mean?
I was in the tent.
Yeah, but
tent.
That wasn't speculation. That was real life.
It was.
Yeah.
You're gonna come for my track, and they're gonna come for yours too.
He was just in the tent.
The booming real estate market.
Booming real estate. All right. Anyway, Reddit didn't like it. Unfortunate. They don't like a lot of things.
The one time Reddit turned against me.
How can you hate on Slap?
You either
Disgusting.
die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Slap's becoming a clip show channel.
The Slap villain arc.
The Slap clip show arc.
No.
Here are 5 moments in NASCAR.
Oh, I need to get Ben to do that for me.
All right. Next up.
Send in your fucking
Speaking
mail.
of Ben, let's go. Let's go.
Wash your fucking hands,
Send
Slap.
in your fucking mail. Send them in,
Send them in,
guys.
guys.
Wash your fucking
My
hands,
hands
Slap.
remain
I don't give a fuck,
unwashed.
man. You better send in those emails at this point.
When was the last time you washed
mail?
it?
Fan mail.
Can we get a hands check?
Right before lunch
Yeah,
today.
can we get a hand check each episode?
Slap, put them up.
Oh no.
Oh, get that away from me. Get that away from me.
Hey, I picked up lunch at the Korean place. I washed my hands there before I got it, and handed over the card and everything.
Slap, it's 11:38 p.m. What do you mean you last washed your hands before lunch?
12 hours.
Like at 1 o'clock.
It's been 10 hours. What do you mean?
It was a lot of food. I haven't ate since. It was a lot of food.
Have you gone?
I had the
Have you gone
star combo
pieces?
and the bulgogi beef, dude. It was a shit ton
You
of food.
must
I
have
haven't
gone
eaten
to the
since.
washroom.
This guy's an
What?
animal.
I haven't eaten since then.
That's not what I
Dude,
said. No.
You've definitely
you
released.
say?
You've definitely released the bulgogi. Why haven't you washed your hands?
For fucking
God.
Animal Planet, we should just put the full screen.
Why
on
are you
Slap's
outing
camera.
yourself like this on this podcast? It's not worth it.
Yeah, no one put a gun to your head and forced you to admit that you don't wash your hands. You could have lied to us and keep
Dude,
this hidden
you
to
literally-
yourself
he
and
literally-
kept some dignity.
He literally just went to the bathroom 5 minutes ago.
That's true. Oh, no.
Oh my god. We
Get it
saw
off
it
the
live.
screen.
Jesus Christ.
I forgot he
God.
literally just.
And he turned off the cam. Like, come on.
You know,
Slap.
I didn't wash my hands, dude.
Oh,
Could all be a
You
boys.
just said you didn't do it for 10 hours.
Got you your asses.
Slapshoes might be the first person ever to live on a podcast, go to the bathroom, and then come back and say with his full chest that he hasn't washed his hands in 10 hours. Light him up.
Caught
If you wash your
not
hands,
left-handed.
send us an email to shrimphourspresents@gmail.com.
I'm going to bed.
Ow.
He ain't gonna wash first. All right, we got 4
caught-
emails this week.
Caught red-handed, and those red hands are not washed.
Brown-handed.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Jesus.
poo.
T-Bone writes in, hello, Shrimps. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
He says, justice for Ed and Cody. Send the damn nuts. Rusty, I mean that with all my heart and soul.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Well,
Yeah?
it's 100% on me for not bringing him to Daytona last year. I promised I would. I just brain locked, effed it up. But I want to deliver these things in person. I don't just want to like mail them. I don't want to I don't know. I want it to be personal. So
Rusty, if I come see a certain comedian with you,
Dude, Cody!
you better show me the nuts. You better show me
Okay,
your nuts.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are gonna go to Milwaukee Mile, but you're not gonna go to a
Oh,
comedy show.
I never said that. I told you exactly what I said the last time we talked about this. I'm not gonna discuss our plans in public, but I told you I would be willing to make it happen.
All right, we'll see.
So
We'll see.
show me your nuts.
If you all right, we're gonna be sitting front row, and I'll hand you the nut when he comes on stage.
I want a picture. I want photographic evidence of the nut exchange.
Can't wait to receive that nut.
Be sure to
All right.
wash your hands before and after.
You can put that nut right in my hand.
All right, second question from T-Bone. He says, second is the actual question. He says, what made you stumble upon your favorite video game or video game series? Sincerely, from T-Bone. How did you find your favorite game?
How did you discover Fall Guys, Rusty?
Rusty, did you play the early access Fall Guys with us?
Yeah, no, we did it on PlayStation. It was part of their like free to play,
yeah.
like week one, kind of like what they did with Rocket League.
Mhm.
And I was like a couple days late to it, unfortunately. But as soon as I like
Ooh.
logged in, I was like, dude,
Dude, I was a few months ago, I was looking up like info about Fall Guys just 'cause I was curious like what the rare like skin or cosmetic items were. And apparently I have a pretty rare one. Apparently the Gordon Freeman
Oh yeah.
Head crab skin was
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
for people who played early access on PC, like
Oh, I
before the
didn't know
game
that.
released.
I thought it was in the store though.
No, it's
I
like
know
a
what you're talking about, but I didn't know that. Okay.
Anyway, so I'm selling my Epic Games account.
That's the big play.
But that's a really good question, because I think about how I don't even know how to like start this story, like every single week. Something inspired me like in like 1997 when Metal Gear Solid came out. I don't know if it was a magazine or what it was, but I rented that video game completely. I feel like, I don't know if it was blind or what inspired me, but when I started playing it, I was like, this thing is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. So I wish I knew the answer to this question, but it still haunts me to this day. How was I inspired to rent Metal Gear, and that changed the rest of my life?
We're talking PlayStation 1,
Damn.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause there's like a Nintendo version, but yeah, that's I know.
No, I'm talking about Metal Gear
I played.
Solid.
I played the PlayStation 1 a zillion times. Did you ever play the VR missions, like the little
Yeah,
side?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a big Metal Gear guy. Big Kojima guy too.
Mm.
Unless it's Death Stranding. Well, what's to say for another day?
It's easy for me to remember because my dad just bought me a PS2 when I was a very small child and was like, here's some fucking racing games because you like cars. And I was like, hell yeah. And Gran Turismo 4 was one of those. And we're on from there.
Dude, I can't imagine being a kid and just having a PS2. Like,
Dude,
like,
I was literally like 5 or 6.
dude.
Because I got the fat PS2.
Big
It was
boy, yeah.
great. And my first video game ever, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, because
Yep.
it came with the system.
Yep.
Banger. An all-timer right there. We're putting Cody to sleep though.
Sorry, I got done with the 14-hour drive.
He's dead.
Dude, me and Cody are playing like Galaga and Super Mario, and like you get like literally 3D GTA. Like,
I wasn't allowed to play GTA though. My dad had Vice City, but I wasn't allowed to
my
ever
very
play it, I don't think.
my very first 3 video games I got as a bundle. I think it was like the Christmas of '99, probably, when I was a little tot, 7 years old. I see
Oh,
it. I fucking see it.
midpoint.
I see it.
Camera gets his ass.
It was Madden '99, some like 2D, kind of 3D Jurassic Park game. I can't remember
Lost
what the name
World?
it is, but I'll remember, like, if I saw like gameplay footage of it, I'd remember it. And NASCAR '99. Those are my first 3 games for the PlayStation 1.
What about
Good
you, Slab?
Christmas right there.
First 3 games I ever got was Super Mario World for Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart, and Super Mario Paint, which was like fun as fuck, dude. God, you could do so much shit in that game. It was ridiculous. But like the game that like hooked me like more than any other game I had was when my next door neighbor Anthony, he called me up. He's like, "Hey, my big brother's at work. You want to go play on his Xbox and play Halo?" And I was just like, "Sure, dude, whatever." And we started playing like the first level of Halo Combat Evolved, and I'm just like, "Dude, this is fucking intense. This is like this is like fucking crazy as shit. The music and all the intensity and everything." We played through the first 4 levels there that night, and then his brother got home and was like, "We gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of his room." And so we got out of there, and then I told my mom and dad, like, "Mom, I know what I want for Christmas. I want a fucking Xbox." Xbox and Halo.
Dude, people will never understand how influential Halo was when it came out. Like, looking
Dude,
back, it might
the
be kind of weird, but at the
controls
time,
were
everything
like
about it.
I had played GoldenEye on the
Yep.
Nintendo 64,
Yep.
and this felt like a quantum leap forward.
Yes.
You know, going from like one like joystick and like having to use the D-pad like aim separately. You couldn't use both at the same time, and now you could use both analog sticks at the same time. And you know, all the controls were so fluid. You didn't have to switch to grenades. You could just throw them.
Yep.
You know, you didn't have to switch to melee. You could just do it, and it was just everything just felt solid. And I remember I played Medal of Honor Allied Assault on GameCube like a year later on my friend's GameCube, and there was a controller setting called Hail to the Chief that was basically a mimic of the Xbox Halo controls, and I like gave that to my buddy, and like he started playing Medal of Honor with that same control set. He's like, dude, this is so much better. I was like, yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. You don't have to switch to shit. You can just like fucking do it. You can just like have your gun out, throw a grenade, bop somebody, and then just keep on rolling. It's fucking great. Like, this is the way it was always meant to be.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
getting into like vehicles like on the fly, and it was just like so intuitive. It was the same as like walking around with your dude.
I was gonna say that exact comment a minute ago. Like, you can hop into like the Ghost and just fly vertically. Like at the time, like it was insane.
Hell yeah.
And dude, the AI enemies you went up against, like if you went up against like an elite and like you stuck him with a grenade, he might panic and like run around and take his buddies with him, or he might just be like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm taking you with me," and charge right at you. Yeah. So there's like like every single firefight played out differently. It was
On
super
Legendary
fun.
on Legendary it was
And that game came out in 2001.
Dude, it makes no
2001, and it
sense.
like it was like so much better than like 90% of first-person shooters nowadays. It was so fucking good. You can still like play that today and be like, "Oh, this is fucking good," even by today's standards.
These kids will never know.
Yeah, imagine going from GoldenEye to Halo CE in the
have
span
Halo
of a
on
couple of
Steam?
years.
Dude.
The OG Halo, is that on Steam? I want to play it.
I
You
think
can get
so.
the Master Chief collection or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
Master Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play it 4K on my computer. Just fucking 43 inches, 2 inches in front of my face.
Hmm. That was a really good question. Shout out to T-Bone.
Mhm.
All right, next email comes in from Harley Payne. He writes in, Jesus Christ. It's a
Gotta be good.
three-parter.
Do we have time for this?
He says, Davin, I know this is long, but it's all relevant. I'm sorry. First point is he's going to be hanging out with us during the 24 again. Up in the chat. Appreciate that. 2, he says, I too lost a local short track. Oglethorpe Speedway Park in Savannah closed in late 2022 after 50 years due to classic suburban capitalism. aka a Tanger outlet mall choking out traffic. Big shame. 3, he meant to say letters and not numbers in his email last week. Understandable. And then he has a question. What's something childish or immature you still find innocent joy in? For example, the sound of a metal sheet wiggling and going woo woo woo.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can't take your order. That'll always put a smile on my face. I don't know why. It's so fucking stupid. It's so repetitive too. But like it's Good Burger skits always get me.
I it's gonna sound weird, but I love me a good video game race car crash. Like I just love me a good fat rollover, a pile up, something like that. I'm just smiling. It's great.
Dude, I loved it in Halo 3 when you could just like launch vehicles at each other, and like the ragdoll physics that they had put into that game. Like sometimes those like models would tangle together and would like freak out, and they would like go up into the sun.
Yeah.
The original like Halo 3 lobbies with like people just crashing cars into each other is like fucking great.
I can't think of any better examples, but on the subject of video games, Flat Out 2, whenever you'd eject the dude out of the car in those little mini games, and then you do that little extra boost at the end, like, just get him to launch. Like, people that play that game know what I'm fucking talking about.
I should stream that game.
Dude, it's so fun.
I've yet to play it. All right. Next email comes in from our friend down under. It's Andrew R.
Down under.
He says, "Afternoon, all y'all. One of the standing policies is that you won't read out emails if they're stupid. But what if it was an email from Petty and Johnson and saying that they named their NASCAR team the Subaru Legacy Motor Club? That email's stupid enough that you won't read it. Thanks."
Subaru.
From Andrew. Not a fan of the Legacy Motor Club name, I see.
Yeah,
P.S. Do we think that comedy villain Kyle Busch is going to pivot at RCR to be the kind of hard man that Austin Dillon clearly is not, or will his career just dribble out of irrelevance? A couple things. One, kind of coming around on the Legacy Motor Club title. It's kind of cool. I just wish they didn't have to like erase Petty to get that. But also,
well,
like,
he gave up all of his shares.
Did he? All of them? He's still like involved, isn't he?
I think he sold all of his shares. Now he's just an ambassador.
It kind of makes sense because, like, even like Richard Petty Motorsports and Petty Enterprises and whatever as we know it has been him selling to many, many other entities and changing faces so many times, but still like keeping the Petty name or whatever. It was gonna happen eventually that someone is gonna erase it.
Like Petty Gillette Evernham, and then it was Petty GMS, Petty, RPM, and then
I was gonna say even Earnhardt got erased from Ganassi. So
yeah.
But also like Legacy Motor Club is a little bit fucking goofy. But I do
Motorsports.
I do really like how they're leaning into the like classy branding. Yeah. Like that one shot of Jimmy and Eric and Noah walking through New York City, and they're all fucking like classed up in like the nice like all black. It looks sick. I think it's a cool vibe they got going on, and it matches all their like black and gold stuff. As for Kyle Busch, I have no fucking clue.
I think I said it months ago, but the rumor in the garage is the crew chief combo with Kyle Busch, plus he's motivated. It sounds like they're gonna like kick some ass next year. Like that's the speculation, because that crew chief is apparently a super genius. So, I think 3 wins minimum, but you never know. You never know.
Saying 5.
Yeah. This is gonna make Austin Dillon look like a little bitch.
I'll say he gets a win.
All right.
He gets 1 win.
We'll closer to the Daytona date, we'll do like a predict the future whole ass podcast and or video for the Diabolical Master Plan. All right. Last email comes in from Mr. Ass, and he asks, if you could have any race car driver, living or dead, on the podcast, who would it be? Probably someone funny.
Dale Earnhardt Sr.
I mean, that'd get us a lot of views.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of money. It's true. But like, who would vibe with us the best in our stupid little show?
Scott Bloomquist.
Yeah.
We talk about aliens and conspiracies all podcast long. Don't go into the cylinders. Go into the saucers.
Sure.
Kenny Wallace would fit in.
Dude, Kenny Wallace. I'd love to have on.
I would love to talk to fucking Kenny Wallace.
Kenny,
that
if you're
guy's
listening,
hilarious.
come on the podcast.
We can talk about the Great Reset. It'll be great.
Because like, he doesn't care that much about his image. Clearly, he'll go on and say whatever.
Clearly, that guy's in great shape. People like to talk shit, but that guy takes great care of himself.
Dude, his skin was glowing when I saw him in St. Louis.
Shout out to Kenny Wallace's skin.
Dude, he had a nice bronze glow to him, like in the pit area. I was like, damn.
Like a spray tan?
I don't know what.
He just gets out a lot. He's just outside a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, you see his like boomer like camera like in his living room when he looks like an old man. But at the racetrack, it was, I'm telling you, like this perfect tan, and he was like radiating like positive energy.
I want to have Ward Burton on for when we talk about loose dogs.
Talk about snakes and catching other critters in the backwoods.
All right, those are all good picks. Those are all great picks. Remember, if you want to send us an email, ask us a question. We only got 2 this week, so send some more as long as they're not stupid. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. We will take a look. I'm glad that I'm back in this part where I can point right up to it. I'm used to it. But yeah, those are your questions. Thank you for asking. And this was Shrimp Hours. This was Shrimp Hours 27.
Loose dogs.
Loose dogs.
Loose dogs. This is the first unanimous decision.
Yeah. It's too easy. We'll see you next week after I've raced for 24 hours. Actually, no. We're not going to see you next week. This is the last ever episode of this show. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure.
Good night.